Good morning, everyone. Heading up Mesa Butte this morning. You can see it there in the foreground. Making a loop trail. Be heading up the right side, coming down along this way. And back down to the North Fork campground down there where I'm staying, or stayed last night anyway. And we're gonna head up this way and hit a few little hills up on the way. Beautiful morning, the clouds are clearing. Let's go. We didn't get far on the oil and gas road and turned to the right up this track. Saw the sign, trailhead. Mesa back door, 4.7 kilometers to Mesa Butte. Alright, so I guess we'll take this instead of following the road. Heading up through this here grass meadow. Going over the trees, always keep your eyes open for some flagging or some kind of markings. You can see the fresh cut tree branches, so trails should go up through there. Some fresh poop, full of fur. Hopefully not a cougar close by. But anyways, we're making noise as we go. Hey! Making sure everything's aware we're coming. And hopefully they move on. Trail's starting to lose some elevation. A little torn up from the horses. A lot of horse activity back here. Not sure if you heard that, but that was a grouse flapping its wings. Thud, 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 thud. Yeah, nice little trail so far. Hey! Coming up to this old cut block, starting to grow back. Some poplars. Get a better look at the Mesa Butte. The ridge I'll be taking back. Starting to see some Rockies back there, probably the Highwood Range. Yeah, even to the south. Nice. Yeah. Getting nicer as I go. Coming out into a big cut block. Lost a little elevation again. There's Mesa. I believe that's Jack Hill. Gonna head up there first. That's probably the trail. Right up through that little grass ridge. Yeah, might as well go check it out. Well, we come to a T intersection with the trail that's on all trails. We're gonna turn right. Head down this way, should be a Y somewhere to head up to Jack's Hill. I believe Jill's Hill's starting to come into view back there too. Hoping to get up there. Just looking in the mud for any fresh tracks. See some deer. And hard to say either a wolf or cougar pass through. Yeah. I think I see claws there. Hard to tell. Not fresh. Anyway, moving along. Yeah, definitely seeing some claws. So let's see a wolf by the size of them. A little bit mucky back here, of course, being springtime and whatnot, but whatever. We get our boots on. We're not too worried. Try to stick to the side a little bit where it's a little better. And it looks like it dries it back down here again, so. Yeah. And we're at the intersection for Jack's Hill, Mesa back door, and 2.5 kilometers that way back to the campground where I started. Sun's out, getting hot and going up, so took my jacket off down to the t-shirt. It's nice, really nice. Brought my sweater with me. It's a little cool at the van with the sweater, with the clouds and stuff. All right, here we go. Whole bunch of ants. I lied down at the intersection. Just heading straight up this grass hill. The other track runs down there. Yeah, up. Looking back at what I thought was the top, but it's just a false summit. Mountains are coming more into view. Yeah, just a little ways to go to the top of Jack's Hill. Be there in less than 5. Well, here we are at the top. No views to the north, kind of treed in. You can see a little bit through the trees if you want to walk through them or whatever. And then coming over here, looking I guess northeast, downtown Calgary. Calgary Tower on the right there. Yeah, pretty cool. 60 kilometers away probably. Alright, and then yeah, coming around to the east, kind of foothilly, looking out over the prairies. Got some kind of gas processing center down there. Don't know much about that stuff. Looking back at where it came from, kind of through that cut block. You can see the trail down there. Yeah, good views of the mountains to the west. You can actually see Bandit and Outlaw. I climbed Outlaw a few years ago. It was the longest hike I ever did. 38 kilometers, but I did a lot of it on a bike, so. Yeah. And then Mesa's over there. Gotta head back down and around, I guess. I don't think I'll head up Jill's Hill. Pretty well same view from here, so. Yeah. Moving on. Just shut the camera off and nice little deer came out to see me. Little spiky. I guess maybe just starting to grow them too, I don't know. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Bouncy down into the trees. Fire. Lots of wildflowers up here on the side of the hill. Some shooting stars. Most of them. Some bushy ones coming out. These yellow ones, I thought called dandelions, but they're not. It's hard not to walk on them, there's so many. Do my best. Back down at the intersection. Headed about 1.5 kilometers on to go up Jack's Hill. Not bad, worth the trip I think. Get the views to the east. Yeah, so just heading back up this way to the north. it. There you go. Oh, I saw some bear tracks. In the mud. Now they're heading the other way. And I'm prepared if I see a bear, so let's just hope not. Like I say, still making lots of noise as they come up through. Hey! Oh. Nice and echoey through here. Yeah. Probably just about to the intersection with Jill's Hill. A little mucky back there again. Don't want to come up here wearing your brand new white sneakers, that's for sure. Alright, here we go. I kind of figured I was on some kind of pipeline. Just popped up out of the ground there. At an intersection with Mesa Traverse Trail. I guess you can pop up to the top of Mesa Butte from here, but I'm going to take the long way around. Oop. Another grouse. Maybe you heard that one. It's pretty loud. Lots of those up here, that's for sure. Nice. Continuing on. Came across this old gate, I guess, because definitely no road back there to block. Kind of interesting. Maybe there's a road there 50, 100 years ago. Yeah, moving along. Just saw a couple more deer off in the distance. Some more fresh poop, but pretty sure there's a coyote or wolf. Saw the track right after. Yeah, continuing along, making some noise. Yeah, lots of birds. Beautiful morning, sun shining. Nice bit of shade. Getting closer to the edge of Mesa. But still haven't quite got to Jill's Hill turn off yet. But like I say, I think I'm gonna skip that. Gonna be back to the campground for 2 o'clock. I only booked one night and I wasn't sure if I'd stay tonight or not. So I'll make that decision when I get back. I missed the turn off to Jill's Hill, but it's just another little hill. I'm sure you could pop up through there. It looks like it opens up into the grassy hill just beyond those trees. But like I say, I'm gonna continue on. Trail dried up a little bit. Yeah, I figure it's the cows that are destroying it because they bring a lot of cows in here in the spring. Probably any time now. Roam the hills and whatnot. Oh yeah, they're hard on the trails, that's for sure. Hey! Where you going, buddy? Got a skunk. There he goes. He's coming right down towards me. I was making some noise, he didn't seem to care. But now he's gone. Through the bushes. Neat. I don't think I've ever seen a skunk on a trail. Anyway, back out on the pipeline. Should be cutting up that way myself here soon. Start climbing up the Mesa. But either way, I'm gonna come up here to the top of the lookout and see what's on the other side of the hill. muddy creek. Easy to step across, but again, you don't want your Sunday's best on, that's for sure. I don't mind getting a little wet because waterproof boots. Huh. That's pretty cool. I know there's lots of skunks around, but I've never seen them out on the road. Never on the trails, so cool. Looks like my trail there. Yeah, there's an orange marker. Like I say, just gonna pop up here. See what we can see. Hey! Not too much. More of the pipeline, I guess. Back down here and start going up. Hopefully get some shade because that sun's hot. It's nice. But up here going up. Now for Skunky too. He kept coming right at me. I thought he was gonna come down and spray me or something. And he finally saw me, I guess, or heard me. Turn around. There we go. There's the back door. See you in a bit. Definitely going up, getting steeper as we go. Nothing you can't handle. Looking back down. Got a fair bit of shade most of the way. Little sunny spots. Definitely heating up, but a little breeze coming through. I'm sure it's going to be on top of the ridge. It's going to be windy. Forgot to mention down there at the turnoff was about 6.5 kilometers, including the 1.5 kilometers up Jack's Hill. And now I'm about 7, and probably another 0.5 kilometer of hill to climb at about this steepness. So gonna go quick, but clouds are starting to come in. Keep moving. All right. I think we're at the top of the hill. We're at a junction with another trail that comes up from another side. A lot of different trails coming up here, different ways. And looking back. Got about 1 kilometer to the high point, but not a lot of elevation gain left. Pretty much like this the whole way, just a tiny bit. Looks like it'd be a nice little spot to camp. I hear people do camp up here. And I believe there's some picnic tables or benches up here, so yeah, have a little rest up here. Start heading back down. I think we're at about getting close to 7.5 kilometers total. Yeah. All right, let's see you at the top unless something else happens on the way. Great little ridge walk. Yes, nice. Nice and shady from the hot sun. A little bit uphill still, but virtually flat really. Hey! Oh! Quiet. Lost all the birds and everything up here. I'm sure I'll see them again out here in the sun maybe. Yeah, just over 8 kilometers. And I think we're going to be coming out to a nice little view just up here through the trees. Haven't run into any people yet, but it is Friday. Most people working, I guess. Didn't have much going on, so I snuck out to enjoy some nice weather. Back at her Monday. So I'm enjoying this in the meantime. Looks like it's opening up. Hey! I was saying there were picnic tables. There's a picnic table right there. But anyways, let's continue out here. Probably just out of the wind so you don't have to have your sandwiches blow away. Oh yeah. Opened right up. Oh, wow. Even pretty to the east. The grassy and tree-covered hills, foothills. Hill trail all down along there that I came up. Basically started. Let's see here, which way we going? Started down there. The campground's right down there. Almost see my van. The breeze, mountains. Trees to the northwest and north. Yeah, I'm gonna go in here and have a little break. And I'll be back. Nice little camp spot in here. Some tree cover, picnic table. Some ravens flying overhead. Huge fire pit with a bench or two. That's massive. It's like 8 feet by 8 feet. A few cooking tools. In case you've caught a fish down the creek, I guess. That's coat hangers, probably for cooking marshmallows, I guess. I read in the book that people come up here for Thanksgiving dinner. Bring a big feast and cook it up. Raven flying around here. There he is. Catching the wind. Yeah. Another thing I read in the book, a little song, I don't know where it comes from, but it goes, the girls are pretty, the guys are cute, thank God I made it up, Mesa Butte. Don't mind my horrible singing voice. Just thought I'd share that. I thought it was kind of cute. Anyway, I gotta take a break. Hey, buddy. What you got? Eh? Must be a direct route to the airport over this hill. Lots of planes going by. Clouds are definitely getting thicker. Had a little break. I think I'm gonna start heading down. That's a nice little spot to stop though. Yep, clouds moving in. Time to head down. That's for sure. Just looking around here. Rain down there did not work. the green grassy ridge hill is Forget-Me-Not. Fire lookout. Bit up there, you climb up from the Elbow Valley over that side. And I believe that's Mount Orwell. That's where I was going to go today. Longer hike, and I thought with the showers, I don't want to be messing around, so came back out here. Yeah, it's right across from the campground too. Made it simple. Yeah. Well over halfway. Mostly downs from here, down along the ridge there. You can see the trail. Yeah. The road runs along down the back there. Clean Creek Trail, I think, or road, whatever. Speaking of Forget-Me-Nots. There's some there. Nice. Alright. We'll see you again soon. Hopefully we stay dry in the meantime. And down the bottom of the hill from the very top. A little bit uphill. Saw northern flicker woodpecker fly by. Oh, there's a gray jay going across the trail. Yeah, lots of birds. Hey, buddy. Huh? What's the matter? Oh, yeah. I got no snacks, sorry. No. A few of them in there. And over that little tiny hill and down another. Cutest little bird's nest. I mean, you can see the size by the pine needles. Pretty cool. Not in use. Pretty small. But little birdies are pretty small too, I guess. Some of them. Yeah, I'm just continuing on down this trail. Starting to come into some trees. Yeah, all good. Moving along. Just came down to an intersection. I believe this is the shortest way up if you come up from the road down there, Mesa Grind, and then straight up the hill up there to the top. She's short, but it's a grind. And I'm taking the Curly connector. And then there's a Mesa Traverse that came across that trail on my way up down there. You can cut across there if you want, but yeah, Curly connector coming down here. Still getting some sunshine. Yeah, it's a decent little hill. I think we're at the top now though, should be mostly downhill. Hopefully, whatever. Open back up here again soon. Look back down the ridge to the campground. We're at 9.5 kilometers, just shy of it. So I think it was about 10.5, 11 kilometers. And then I did the 1.5 up Jack's Hills, so somewhere between 12, 13K total, so still 3 or 4 to go. Should be pretty easy trudging. Nice trail. I love it along the top of the ridge line like this. I mean, not a lot of views, but yeah, it's really nice. Spiderweb got me. Haven't been too many of those today. Run into a few, but see a few on the ground running around and stuff. No ticks yet, so that's great. Yeah. There we go, a little something happening. Do see another hill. I think we'll probably have to go up that one, but it's minor, 50 meters or so. After dropping down here. Campgrounds. Right down there. So we're getting there. The Rockies starting to disappear. That's alright. Move along. Hey! Coming down. Shooting stars. Hey! Just loving this trail. Very nice. There's a broken glass down there on the trail. Pick it up before some dog walks on it or something. Do your best to help out. Trails up when you can. Just meandering down through the trees here. Going down some and up some and mostly down. Just came down to a crossroads. Could keep continuing down to Mesa Butte campground in 300 meters. I came from up that way, but this is a trail that leads back to my campground. It's still part of the Curly Ridge, Curly Sand Trail. 2.7 kilometers to North Folk Campground. That's not too bad. I think that's that other little hill though we have to go up and over, but can handle it. Alright. Move along. Buzz off. Yeah. Not many flies on this little trek. Had a couple mosquitoes at one spot, but no bites. Other than that, a few bees. They bugger off, so all good. I can't see that cowbird, but I can hear it. Alright, gonna start climbing up that little ridge. The last hill. Mostly deer tracks, some wolf or something, coyote maybe. Fairly fresh human tracks, but haven't seen any humans today. Little bridge. Got a little creek. I don't hear anything, but yeah. From the stream. That's nice. Keep the cows from tearing it up, I guess. Alright, up we go. About a kilometer up to the top of the hill here. Pretty gradual climb, not too strenuous. So much for no people. I passed 10 coming up the hill, 3 of which were babies on their mom's backs. And they look very happy. That's really neat. 2 more people. A little rain coming. Just some showers. We're more worried about the lightning than anything, but none of that yet. Every time I hear a plane, I think I hear lightning, but yeah. Chicken sparrows. Anyway, all downhill from here, I believe. Should come out into some openings here soon. See the campground and whatnot, hopefully. Well, keep going. Another really nice spot. Who doesn't love a ridge walk, right? Sun ahead, rain and clouds to the right. I don't see any rainbows. Yeah. Awesome. Birdies flying all around. Open it up. Creek down there. Past my campground. Ware Creek Road. Death's Head with the rain on it. See the campground, it's down there in those trees. So it's that field there. That's good, nice shade. Yeah, mostly in the trees on the way down out of here. A little open spot. Bad. Probably get a lot more horses coming up here. It's not as steep. deep as the other side, that's for sure. I think I just heard our first vehicle, so getting closer to the road. Continue on down. Yeah, just about at the end of the trail. I can see the road and some cars parked down there. Just gonna take this trail. Yeah, I think I'm at about 11 and a half, 12 kilometers, something like that. About 650 meters elevation gain. Nothing too serious. I say most of it comes in spurts. Pretty good day. We stayed dry. Lots of wildlife, a few deer, skunk, lots of birds. Saw some nice red-tailed hawks off the start. Didn't get them on video, but first thing this morning too, an eagle flying up 3 Point Creek past the van. Saw him yesterday too. Beautiful. Hopefully I'll get a good shot of him later. We'll see. Probably like a half kilometer back to the campground or something, but really not much. Maybe we'll pop out on the road. A little more open. McLean Creek Road. Take you out to McLean Creek Campground if you go that way. This way it'll take you to Millerville, Alberta, little town or hamlet. And not too people-y. 12 in total. Dogs. Yeah, right on. No complaints here. Back to the van and get some lunch. See the rain come by probably. A few showers. Jill Hill and Mesa Butte and the sand curly sand, whatever it was called. Campground. Heard a crack of lightning coming out of there, so I'm down. Hopefully them people make out okay. I know if I heard that, I'd be heading down pretty quick. Not a big fan of lightning. In the middle of a mountain with nothing around you. And coming down to the campground. Nice and quiet here last night. Had the place to myself pretty well. There's a campground host up there and one other person. And there's someone back in the woods there. I'm right over there. See my van through the woods. Someone came and set their tent up, I guess, to save their spot for the weekend, just down from me, but they didn't stay, and I don't see them here right now. Yeah, a nice campground. Nothing much here. I mean, you got nice hiking trails, but yeah, picnic table, fire pits, nice, fairly new, clean washrooms. Register there. $31 for the night. I don't know, a little pricey for just a place to park in my opinion, but what can you do? It's close to the city. Didn't want to drive a big distance. Oh yeah. I'm happy to be back to the van. I don't know if you heard that, but another pretty large crack. Definitely feel safe in my van, sitting on rubber tires. But yeah, again, I mean, it's early Friday afternoon. Maybe some people will be showing up, must be just afternoon. Imagine a few more will show up, but maybe this rain will keep them away. But it's supposed to be a really nice weekend. A bunch more campsites down that way. No one was down there last night. There's my van. There's one spot close to me, but no one there. Sounded like an owl. Cool. Yeah. Home sweet home. You see, picnic table, fire pit, and really I think it's one of the nicest sites here. Just a short little walk up to the creek, 3 Point Creek. Sit over here and enjoy the afternoon. That's where the tent's set up, but I'm still no one came back yet. Yeah, beauty. Thanks for coming along. I don't know why, but when I started hiking this morning, I thought maybe I should start doing a YouTube video. I don't even know if it'll ever make it to YouTube, but a lot of my friends tell me I should be doing YouTube videos. I do a lot of Facebook, Instagram posts, but we'll see. Maybe this will end up on the YouTube, maybe not. Anyways, lunchtime. See you next time.